right, Fight Hype had an interview with Ronnie Shields. I'll link the source in the description so you can see it right where the clip is. And he was asked about his fighter Jermall Charlo fighting Demetrius Andrade. Now, if you don't know, Ronnie Shields also used to train Andrade Lara, who trains now with Ishmael Salas in Las Vegas. And he used to train Jermall Charlo, who's training with Derek James right now. He is current trainer of FN Jabway and still Jermall Charlo. Now, he was asked, what about Demetrius Andrade fight? He said, basically, Demetrius Andrade doesn't bring nothing to the table, and they're not talking about fights that can't happen, only fights that can happen. And I guess I'm missing something, that Demetrius Andrade does have a world title, but I guess he means that Premier Boxing Champions isn't acknowledging the WBO, so they don't acknowledge Demetrius Andrade being a champion or a title holder. But let's talk about it. We back. Goodfellas Sports TV. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. And just another case of Premier Boxing Champions ducking again. And ducking goes on everywhere, every network, and with a lot of fighters. But basically, they don't want to fight Demetrius Andrade. And Demetrius Andrade probably was telling the truth that he inquired about fighting Jermall Charlo, but Ronnie Shields and Jermall said no. And it sounded like he's being more of a truth teller than anything. And people would say, well, he pulled out this fight, that fight. Well, he want to fight now. And you tell me, what does Dennis Hogan bring to the table? What did Cordoba bring to the table? What did, Jorge Sebastian Highland brought an interim WBC title to the table. But at the end of the day, they don't think they can beat him. Okay? That's what I take from it. They don't think they can put hands on Demetrius Andrade. They know that's a bad style for them. And he said, well, we're not talking about fights that can happen. Well, why are you talking about Canelo? Because Canelo on his own, so is Demetrius Andrade on his own. And after 2 more fights, from my understanding, this Canelo is going to leave Golden Boy and go over to Matchroom, the Zone, and start his own company. Okay? So what is he talking about? We talking about fights that can't happen. Then, hey, you calling out Triple G, that can't happen. He on the wrong side of the street. You calling out Canelo Alvarez, that can't happen. He on the wrong side of the street. So, really, what is it then? Really, what is it? It can't happen. Y'all calling out all these other guys, and it can't happen. No, all those guys on the Zone. And I'm telling you, dude, if you don't think you could beat Demetrius Andrade, then I really don't feel like you think you could beat Canelo. Y'all just want the payday. And it's something crazy when you got an old school guy like Ronnie Shields, who from the throwback era, man. Ronnie used to box. You know what I'm saying? But he's protecting his lion cub. They know Jermall Charlo ain't that good. Okay, I've been saying it before and I say it again. But, people going to ignore this story. I'm going to talk about it because it's boxing. But I find, this behavior is not the same. And Jermall, he went live and Mazuma TV got it yesterday. And he said, I'm not interested. This is the other Charlo twin. I'll link that in the description as well. I'll put them both in the source, under source link. Oh, I'm not interested in fighting Demetrius Andrade in the ring. I only want to fight him in the street. No cameras, no nothing. I'll fight him in the street. I'll fight him in the street. I'll fight him in the street. Okay. It is what it is. So y'all want a street fight and not fight for that bread. But like I said before, man, every day it's a new boxer getting exposed for ducking. Every day. And for me, it's unfortunate because I think this would be a good fight. I think Demetrius Andrade could be outboxing him and then eventually clip him. And Jermall Charlo eventually clip him. But then you gotta really ask yourself, do Jermall Charlo really want to fight anybody? And do he think he could beat anybody? Or he just fighting for the money? He said he'd go up or fight a champion at 54 coming up, where he'd go up before he'd fight Demetrius Andrade. And for me, I don't know what's so hard to ask him about fighting Andrade. He got a belt, you got a belt. It's a unification bout. If you get 2 belts, then maybe Canelo will entertain fighting you. Maybe Golovkin will entertain fighting you if you get 2 belts. But I think they know that's a bad style matchup. And Ronnie is protecting his lion cub. And they know just like I know. They watched the film and they know he's not ready. They know he may not be ready. And Andrade hand speed, boxing intellect, you know, his IQ is good. And he acknowledged like, hey, Demetrius Andrade is a really good fighter. And he brings nothing to the table. And last time I checked, I'm like, damn, he got a belt. But remember, they don't acknowledge the WBO belt. You know, it ain't like Jermall Charlo. His attitude is different when it comes to Demetrius. You know, both of the Charlo twins' attitude. Jermall did sign up to fight him, the other Charlo, and Demetrius Andrade pulled out. But guess what? What do Dennis Hogan bring to the table? Nothing. So you ain't got nothing going on. Beggars can't be choosers. And I'm going to keep saying that. Beggars can't be choosers. And what I mean by that, a guy who can't get no good fight, well, you got to get the next best available fight. You can't get Canelo. Okay, we got to move on. Can't get Golovkin. We got to move on. You can't get Demetrius Andrade. It's a good fight. It's a really good fight. It's for a belt. You know, you're going to get paid a lot of money going over to the zone. You know, then, you know, you can't get that fight. Then you go, okay, Danny Jacobs moved up. He coming back down. Then you go down the list of opponents. But you can't be crying wolf when you got guys that want to fight you. You can't be giving us Brandon Adams and Dennis Hogan when you can be giving us Demetrius Andrade because you feel you're going to lose. And it's a big risk for Al Heyman and them because if Jermall Charlo lose that belt, then they don't have no leverage at middleweight. So then when Tony Harrison move up or Jamil move up or J-Rock move up, they don't have no leverage. Jared Hurd on his way up, they don't have no leverage. So then they got to go through politics to get belts. They got to send guys over to the zone hoping they get belts. If not, there's no belts on that side of the street. There's no belts. So they don't want to lose a little bit of their leverage that they do have. And I do understand that, you know, and I understand that they feel that Demetrius Andrade might beat them. But at the end of the day, you can't feel sorry for a guy like Demetrius Andrade neither. Signing up fights for career high paydays, pulling out, refusing to sign the PBC and keep signing with, he read up with Star Banner Boxing, whatever it is. Then he went over to the zone, you know, and he's still not getting no fights. They both not getting no fights. They need each other. They do. But really, Jermall, 29 years old. Demetrius Andrade, 32 years old, I believe he is. You know, he the one that's in a rush for time. Jermall can wait to stall him out because PBC going to pay him a ton of money to stay on Showtime because they don't got nobody else for low-risk, high-reward fights. But to hear Ronnie Shields speaking like that just shows you where boxing has come from. An old throwback school dude promoting ducking and not promoting the best black fighters fighting the best. And that right there confirmed for me that he don't believe Jermall Charlo can beat him. It's going to be too tough of a fight. You know, they can talk all that tough shit they want to, the Charlo twins. You know what? He pulling your whole card and you don't want to fight. Now it's business. Now it's I mean, for two guys about to enter their 30s, you could throw three in there. Jermall, and Andrade is already in his 30s. They don't have no career-defining victories. That all you do hear from the fans, y'all don't fight nobody. Y'all fight bums. You would think they'd be in a rush to get a marquee name on their resume at 30, 32, 31, 30, 29 years old. You know? You would think they'd be in a rush for that. But these dudes, they don't want to take no risks. They don't want to take no risks. And you can't even get mad at them, man, because if Al going to keep paying them the way they pay him, you know, why? Why take risks then? But for them to go out there and dismiss him or he bring them to the table, we can't make the fight happen, dude. You do know the guy you calling out Canelo Golovkin, they on his own just like Demetrius Andrade. So the fight can happen. You know, but they don't want to fight. Jermall don't want to fight nobody. It doesn't surprise me. Every day you hear behind the scenes about these PBC fighters ducking and pulling out of fights and dropping belts and shit, man. Y'all know what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the videos. Don't forget, we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation, that link's in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. Don't forget to check out my other channel for more to see sports talk, more sports talk and news talk. And, you know, just keep sharing the videos and let me know what you guys feel about this story. I linked the interview in the description and the Jermall Charlo Instagram Live, both in the description on the source link. One time for the one time. Goodfellas Sports TV, we gone.